Let's get started. I hope everybody's had a great experience so far. The day is just beginning. We have a lot of events awaiting you on this special day of your graduation. Thank you so much for being here from all corners of the world. I've had a chance to speak with some of you one-on-one, and I hope to be able to talk to most of you by the end of the evening. So in addition to the ceremony, we'll also have a formal dinner. So hopefully we'll have a chance to meet your families. You'll have a chance to meet our families, and I really look forward to that. What I'd like to do in today's conference is just talk to you a little bit about and appreciate what you guys have accomplished. What you have done is not easy. It's one of the hardest things that you had to do academically, which was to basically design and create your academic program. In reality, each and every one of you today is a university of one. It means that regardless of the change that happens in life, changes in globalization. 3 years ago, what was the biggest change that we all experienced collectively? COVID, the pandemic, working remotely, becoming parent/teachers. I don't know about you, but I realize that I'm not a great teacher for my children. But maybe some parents discovered that they're natural teachers. You never know. And this year, what do you think has been the biggest change perhaps this year? AI, that's right. Anybody else have something else that they think has been a big change this year? AI is super important, that's right. That has been our focus since around March or so, when we launched in your virtual campus, ChatGPT, followed by DALL-E, followed by Mid-Journey. So I'd just like to ask, how many of you know about, or before today, knew about the AI tools in your virtual campus? Okay, good. Most of you. What happened? Did we not send you the emails? We have students, look, we have students that may have graduated a year ago. Sometimes our students graduated 2 years ago, and they're just coming to the ceremony. And this is something new, but regardless of when you graduated, you have access to these AI tools. We just added another one that takes a PDF, could be a 100-page PDF. You can go to the online library, for example, if you're doing research, and you can download an ebook or download a journal, and you submit it to this PDF reader that we just added maybe 2-3 days ago, and it'll summarize for you the 100 pages into the most important points. This is so important because your research can grow exponentially in speed. You can go through so many peer publications and enrich your knowledge faster than you could before. So AIU, for its past 25 years, its focus has been on, number one, seeing that education is a human right, even higher education. And our goal has been to open access to it through open curriculum, through open courses. We see that education as a human right is essential for human dignity. So we believe that each of our students needs to work with their unique abilities, unique skills, unique experiences to help contribute to solutions, to help find solutions to the problems that face our world. And today, if you're willing, after our talk, I hope that you can join me in taking the AIU pledge to promise to make a difference with your daily efforts, with your work, in your community, to make the world a better place. And so if you take a look around, you've never been closer to your AIU family. People around you, to your left, to your right, you never know who might be next to you. I'm glad that you all have introduced yourselves. Just in the past graduation in March, we had Dr. Marie Gulerny. She was helping earthquake victims in, I believe it was Turkey, 10,000 women who had never received a breast cancer screening. She took advantage of a difficult opportunity, which was, the earthquake, and she was able to help 10,000 women. Many, some were able to get early diagnosis. There's so many things that each of you can do. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are so diverse. It really doesn't matter what your industry and what you're studying. There's 1, 2, or even 3 of the SDG goals that you have a unique ability and now a unique responsibility to help bring to fruition. What I'd like to welcome you to do today is try to measure your impact on your community, on a sustainable development goal. Share with us something that you've done, perhaps, to contribute to one of the goals. Think of how you would like to contribute based on your unique abilities, skills, something that nobody else but you is ideal at addressing, perhaps because of where you are, because of the industry that you're in. And if you haven't already done so or are not doing it now, share with us how you envision to do it. So, becoming a university of one. Let me bring back some memories. Phase 1 of your program. Who had a little bit of a struggle with phase 1 of the program? I have a few hands. If you didn't struggle, then my commendations to you, because the purpose of phase 1 is really to find your purpose in life. To define what you've done, to define what you're doing, but most importantly, phase 1 was to plan what you want your legacy to be, how you want to contribute to the world. That's really the goal of phase 1. And the academic freedom that your AIU program gives you allows you to then construct a journey that step by step will help you to achieve those goals, fulfill your destiny. And just because you're graduating here today doesn't mean you can't continue. In fact, your virtual campus, as you know, is open to you. Our academic advisors and staff are available to you, and they will always be available to you. If we can help you with grant writing, if you would like help authoring or a paper or publishing a paper, if you'd like to co-author a research paper with one of the AIU staff members, please do so. Through AIU Link, it's a social media platform we have in the virtual campus. You can connect with fellow students. Here you might have 130 students, but there's more than 15,000 students, and you can connect to each and every one of them through AIU Link. But if you wanted to collaborate with them, if they happen to be in your city, if they happen to work for the same company as you, if you see that they have a skill set that would be complementary to yours. So I invite you today to continue your perpetual evolution as defenders of human rights. And you can do this through live classes. Your participation in live classes is one of the greatest gifts that we saw from the pandemic. We love seeing you every day at the live classes. How many have participated in a live class? Okay, not too bad. We have a live class every day at 10 in the morning, Eastern time, and at 3 in the afternoon, Eastern time. And if you happen to miss it, you can go to the archive. We have over 400 live classes there. And the academic freedom that you have allows you to take this live class and earn some credits from it if you expand on it. There's 4 steps. Step 1 is participating, being there. So if you achieve that, you get a very small amount of credits. But you get something. You get a certificate of participation. If you do step 2, you can earn a little bit more credits. Step 3 gives you more credits, and step 4, it becomes an entire course. And you don't have to develop it all the way to an entire course because that might not be your field of expertise. But you can take one live class, combine it with 3 live classes, and it becomes an entire class, an entire course, I should say. So this helps us bring you innovation. This helps us bring you future trends so that you can always be up to date in those things. And let us help you present yourself to the world as the expert that you are. We invite you to participate in webinars. We invite you to use AIU TV, AIU Radio, our blog. Use AIU as your platform to present yourself as the expert that you are in your field. But anyways, the purpose of this conference is really for you to number one, take the AIU pledge and share with us a little bit about what has inspired you, what inspires you, why do you get up every day, what you would like to accomplish beyond just academics. For example, with the Sustainable Development Goals, I have here a printout of it. You don't have to specifically name one. You can pass it around if you want. But the idea is that if you have a particular one that you're contributing to, let us know how you're measuring your progress. How are you going to measure if you're having success, if you're having an impact? So I know from the last conference there was a couple of colleagues who wanted an opportunity to speak and didn't get a chance. So I'll call on those 3 colleagues first. Did you want to come up and speak? So this is just a microphone. It doesn't project your voice. It's just hold it kind of there, and please introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I'm happy. I'm so happy seeing winner faces in front of me. My name is Awel Mazgaba. I'm from Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. You know Ethiopia, I think.
Welcome.
Haile Gebrselassie, Kananisa, and all this. Yeah. Okay, so I did my PhD in business administration. So I'm so happy. Just I want to inform you, sometimes, people's story encourage and just inspire you to do something.
Yes.
So like 20 years ago, I was a primary school teacher. In my country, to be a primary school teacher, just, a 1-year teachers training institute, just if you stay there, that is enough. So I was a primary school teacher, and you need to go to a rural area in order to teach people, students there. So like after 3 or 4 years, I came to a city, and I was just working in a private school. It was a break time. After the break, I was encouraging, students to go back to their class for the next period.
Right.
So by that time, I passed through a computer laboratory, and there was a radio program in which late Professor Malik Endris was working, in Gondar University in my country, in Ethiopia. He was interviewed, by that time. So he was informing the audience, he said, I started my career as a driver in the same university. He was a driver in the same university, but finally he became a professor in the same university. So when I heard this, I decided, so, if a person just, became a professor, from driver, so it is so simple, for a teacher, for a primary school teacher, just, to do or to just, to continue study and maybe hold a PhD, in one of his favorite subjects. So I decided by that time. But by that time, there was no resource, even no time, nothing, even no platform like AIU, which will provide us, all this opportunity with our workload, with our age, and with all the just, even the resources to pay for your tuition. So it was in my mind, for a long period of time. So, but finally in 2019, actually there was, up and downs, during all those periods, because, I need to just, study further and hold a diploma, bachelor degree, and
stuff.
master's degree. Yeah, and I did all these things, within those period of time. And in 2019, just, I realized that, AIU is providing such an opportunity, a great opportunity, because, imagine that, by that time I am a father of 6.
Wow.
A father of 6, yeah. So, by the way, my firstborn graduated in pharmacy before 2 years ago.
Wow.
And my second, she graduated from medical school beginning of this month. By the end of this month, I am celebrating.
Fantastic.
Here, yeah.
So if you need, if you get a prescription, you know where to go.
Yeah.
If you need something taken care of, you know where to go.
Yes.
That's perfect.
That is right. So, it was very difficult for me. But, the platform, the flexibility at AIU, including, their, I think, outstanding and very nice platform, it helped me, to do, my PhD within just short period of time, like 4 years actually. Yeah, I did that one. Yeah. So, when I saw all the, I think, the features in your website, I realized that, there are so many features, which help us, even after graduation. After graduation, those live classes and the resources already included in in the student resource, I think part library. I think that will help us, in order to just continue studying different things, different subjects throughout our life. Now, officially we become a family of AIU. So that means you have, all these resources, until your days. So I think, we need to use all this opportunity and all these features in order to just, read, study all the things that we need. The artificial intelligence we was mentioning now, I think, in my evaluation, I can put AIU, I think, a step ahead, from other institutions. Because, now, do you remember the COVID period, During the COVID period, there was no, in-person class, for students. Yeah. But AIU was working by that time, since, the platform, can do that, with that difficult situation. So, I appreciate, and I would like to thank also AIU and all the resources they are providing for us. Thank you so much. That is, yeah, thank you so much. Maybe so much. In terms of talking about the goals, those I think goals that should be attained by 2030, it may not be directly, but indirectly, since I'm working as a finance and admin manager for the African Constituency Bureau for the Global Fund. The Global Fund is an institution in which mobilize, funds in order to fight those 3 epidemics: HIV/AIDS, TB, and malaria. So I'm working, for the African wing. The African wing. We serve 47 African countries in order to bring them together to have the same voice and just, try to just, have the resources mobilized by the Global Fund to be utilized by Africa, because the burden is also in Africa.
How do you measure in your organization the progress in those 3 diseases? You said malaria, HIV, and TB.
Yeah, TB.
Is there a way that you measure it to see if your efforts are having an impact either now or in 5 years?
Yes, of course. I think the plan is, to eliminate all these 3 epidemics by 2030. You know,
Fantastic.
yeah, we are working, towards that. We are working towards that. So as a finance and admin manager, I'm supporting, their effort,
Right.
in terms of just,
Funding.
using that fund, properly for the intended purpose.
Right.
Without just, wasting it,
efficacy.
because, if you can have maybe a resource, if you don't use it, for the right purpose, for the intended purpose, it will be a waste, even though you are expending it. So in terms of that, I'm doing that, maybe in my organization for the last 6 or 7 years, we received, unqualified audit reports. That means, this indicates that, we are using the resources available for the organization, to achieve the goals already prescribed or planned by the
And
the organization.
what's the budget? What's the approximate annual budget that you have to, to finance initiatives for those 3 diseases? Is there...
Yeah, actually, maybe let me talk in terms of the global fund, the one,
Yes.
because, we are just, one part of it,
Yes.
Every 3 years, there is, they need to replenish,
Yes.
to mobilize funds in order to just, distribute for all the countries who will just, fight these 3 diseases. So the approximately every 3 years, they mobilize around 16 billion USD. 16 billion USD. Yeah.
US dollars.
Yes,
Wow.
US dollars.
16
Yeah,
billion.
16 billion USD. So, there is an allocation methodology, in the organization. So they allocate, this money, throughout the 3 years, to all the countries who are eligible for that resource, and they try to do their best in order to achieve these already planned goals.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank
Well
you so
done.
much. Yeah.
That's very clear on how you're doing, how you're impacting directly. I just, I wanted to give the opportunity to as many people as possible to speak. I know you also wanted to participate. So let's try to keep it maybe 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. If we have more time, that's great. Thank you so much. Please
Thank you.
introduce yourself. Let us know where you're coming from, where you're visiting us from.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I know there should be more energy. We are graduates. We are celebrating
Good
today.
We just had lunch.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so I am Omotomilola Oloye Omotosho. I'm from Nigeria,
Welcome.
Africa. We call ourselves the most populous country in Africa, and it is the truth. I did my PhD here in public health, and it answers to about 3 points from the 17 MDGs, the development goals. The first one is good health and well-being. The second one is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And then the last one is responsible consumption and production. I picked these 3 out of the 17 because I had my thesis that covers also this aspect. When we are talking about public health, people believe it's always about hospital patients or some medical facilities or government organizations. But I tell everybody that public health is a public affair. Everybody is involved in public health. It starts from your nutrition, how you take care of yourself, what you do every day, the products you buy in the market, how well do you understand those products? And that's why I worked on manufactured evaporated milk. And the nutritional content. As a consumer, what do you understand when you are buying? Are you just following the brands, the advertisement, or the promo? Or you are taking it based on what your health actually requires? For AIU, it's been a dream come true. I have about a minute and a half left. Else,
You're okay.
I would have loved to relate it to my personal story.
Yes,
I had
please.
always wanted to be a doctor. Growing up, I used to have some people around me, they called doctor. And I said I was going to study medicine or nothing. So I was given pharmacy, I was given microbiology, a lot of nice courses. I wasted 5 years waiting, medicine or nothing. At the end of the day, I changed my plan and went in for a different thing for the first degree. But with the help of AIU and a focused dream, Today, I'm still Dr. Omotomilola Omotosho. So, talking about that is about, I like the dream and the goal of the school. I like the flexibility, the speed to responses, inquiries, the feedback, and another thing is they force you to succeed. Let me use that word. Because when you are relaxed, you are tired, the economy, for some of us from Africa, you understand better. It's not the amount we paid you, or we agreed to pay any African students or graduates you see here today. It's not the amount we agreed to pay that we eventually paid.
Yes.
The exchange rate when I started 2018 was about 280, 320 naira per dollar. I finished paying with 1,200 naira per dollar. 1,350 now. So it's like times 4, times 5. But we still appreciate the school because of the flexibility, the different plans, the scholarships. Yeah. For me, you will hear a lot more from me. I'm already a publisher. I'm actually into research. My current work, I'm responsible for research and development for Friesland Campina for Sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
And I would look forward to some partnership in publications, some clinical trials we already do.
Wow.
And once again, let me say congratulations to everyone so that another person can speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And, you know, talking about innovation real quick, I shared in the previous conference, you were there. There were over 100 present at this educational conference, you know, institutions, universities like AIU from around the world. And the conference had nothing to do with AI, but the number one topic was AI, and it was like a 2.5-day conference. The first day, everybody was talking about how to stop AI, how to stop people from using it for their assignments, how to ethically use it, how to control it. Now, none of these institutions had implemented any AI tools, let alone encouraged the use of AI. But do you know what happened by day 2 of the conference? By day 2 of the conference, everybody was talking about how they need to do it. Because after talking to different colleagues, it became apparent that AI is just another tool. You know, in the past, we had the development of a calculator. We had the development of a computer. We had the development of our cell phones. Each one of these tools can make us better. In the case of AI, that's even more the case. We really encourage you to use AI. There's so many real-world use cases. It doesn't matter what your specialty is. The amount of things that you can do with the tools that you have now with AI, it just multiplies your productivity 5 or 6 times. If you're not using it, your colleagues are going to start using it. So it's important that each of you just experiment with it. Once you experiment with it, you can become a proficient prompt writer. You basically need to invest 4 or 5 hours on how to write prompts. Everything with AI is how to write prompts. You can give different weights to things. You can give different styles. You can give the AI a personality. You can upload your writings and ask the AI to write using your style. This is not some advanced tool. This is available, you know, right now in your student section. But anyways, we have maybe time for 2 more, 3 more. Yes, please. We'll go in order. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, my friend. Please.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'm Cécile Jules Rabat from Guinea-Conakry.
Welcome.
So you know the historic president Sékou Touré, the Pan-Africanist. So I'm from this country. And the same way, when I got the opportunity from AIU, it was wonderful for me. It was the first time. And I was telling myself why I did not early hear from AIU enrollment for the study. So now I did a bachelor in IT.
Congratulations.
By graduation, yes, by 2021. March 21. Okay, but you will ask yourself why 2 years more you did not come to get your diploma. I said I got some financial problem to complete my scholarship, so that's why they extend up to 2023. But I thank God, now I'm here because I could fulfill my payment now. So what I can say, the IT, the future belongs to the IT.
Yes.
The technology, So, and now with our transition power, everything are e-system actually in Guinea, Conakry, West Africa.
Fantastic.
What about the health? Now I'm piloting a project for e-system in health. Yes, so I develop in Kobo toolbox. I don't. Some people maybe know Kobo. Kobo, it's a data collection system.
Yes.
On the field, and remotely transfer to the server. And from there you can download and you convert to Excel or to QGIS to make a dashboard, graphic, and so on, and statistics. So
fantastic.
Now, what impact the EIU learning, course learning, get to my job in Guinea? Okay, so still I'm bachelor, not more degree, But this small degree I got allowed me to improve what I was deploying in Guinea.
Fantastic. That's the purpose. That's the goal for us, to give you the freedom to be able to do what you think is most relevant to you. And
now the World Bank, the World Bank.
Yes.
So
World
if
Bank.
you are a very IT man, so you are a king. So that's why I have all the chance financially, even for the next diploma, to easily pay.
Fantastic. I'm so happy to hear
that.
They are
very convinced of my job.
Yes.
But because of AIU value in terms of technology course and academic program. So, and I just want to end telling that I encourage people. Even in my country, I think next year you will get more Guinean here.
Yes, hopefully.
More Guinean in AIU next year, because
fantastic.
I already give information and guide them how to enroll and so on. The tuition
anybody can start.
So
anybody can start their program right now, and even if you don't register right now, if you're going to register in 3 months, 6 months, you can start taking the live classes. You can start getting credit, and when you register, you'll have maybe 20 live classes that you went to. Those live classes can transfer to your program.
That's good.
So you don't have to,
That's right.
you don't have to just sit down and wait until finally. You can actually start right now and register later. So hopefully that will help more and more students.
In according to your speak, I follow up many how they call live class after after the completion of my phase 4.
That's perpetual evolution.
This is an example. After the completion of my phase 4, I continue following the live class.
Excellent.
I think many live class, and most of people knows me. How they call this guy?
Valtine, Lambert, Edward Lambert. Edward Lambert.
Yeah, you ask Lambert, Jules Saba, who is he? So I can animate the live class very well. So now I can ensure you that next year you will have many Guinean people here.
Beautiful. Hopefully,
many Guinean people are all, because I already got the information flow to all to come here. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Wants to teach the class. I mean, we sent a proposal.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If there's, look, each of you possess extremely valuable knowledge. You're very focused. If you're very focused in a niche, perhaps in your department, in your country, something you're doing for your community that you're passionate about. If you want to present something, please contact me. Look for me in the faculty and staff. My email is right there. Send me an email. I'll put you in touch with myself, Clara. We coordinate the live classes, and we'll schedule you and let you present. Talk to me. We'll discuss it, and we'll come up with something that makes sense. Now, the chairman is calling us for the picture, so we have a little bit of time. Yes, tell me. Ricardo Gonzalez. It's a pleasure. I forgot. Ricardo.
Good afternoon, everyone. And
Good afternoon.
congratulations to everybody.
Yes, congratulations. Well done.
I feel so honored to be sharing the stage with the doctors here this afternoon. Kudos to you from wherever you are from. I am Ava Lindo. I'm a Jamaican.
Welcome.
And I'm a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. I'm a detective inspector of police. So I'm very active in security, looking at the 17 goals here. Peace, justice, and strong institutions, that's number 16. And number 17, partnerships for the goals. I've had the opportunity of serving with the United Nations in Africa, Liberia, when they had their peacekeeping mission. And I've also served in Lebanon on a special investigation mission. Thank you. And it is always an honor to represent your country. When you talk about peace, when you're talking about partnerships, it goes a far way because you have to come outside of what you know. You have to come outside of your skin, and you have to meet people where they are. And for us as police officers, we are often on the ground. We have to meet people where they are. And for me, I had the opportunity of being nominated as the LASCO JCF Police Officer of the Year for 2015-2016. Wow. And a part of what they looked at was my community involvement and having worked with the UN as well. And even now, I am still active in doing community ventures. I am still out there trying to educate, especially our young children, where it has to do with gender-based violence, domestic violence. I'm an advocate. And it's really a place where just giving of yourself. So AIU for me too, just tie everything in. I've always wanted something that will not impede my job because I have a very hectic schedule.
Yeah, we want to be part of what you're doing.
Right.
We want to help make what you're doing better. If we can use the academic journey to make what you're doing more impactful, that's the purpose of the program.
Yes.
Not to say to you, look, you know what? I know you're doing that, but we want you to do this.
Yes.
So come back and do this. No, the idea is to give you that freedom. So I'm glad
AIU complimented that for me, and I am so appreciative because it makes me feel as though what you're doing is not wasteful. It complements it, and I just want to say thanks to AIU for the journey. The facilitators were great. And I pledge to continue on this path. I will be online to do the classes because I want to give. And I'm sure I'll take some numbers from here so that we can do that kind of interlinkage with each other.
Absolutely.
All the best wherever you go. Continue, stand in your place of strength. And kudos to you. We did it for 2023.
Thank you so much for those words. Last person, just to make a quick comment, we're working on integrating your phase 1. So we already talked about phase 1. Phase 2 is where you have to design your curriculum. But we're working with AI to integrate your phase, what you've entered in phase 1, especially what you want to accomplish and what you've already done, your trajectory, and have AI propose a unique curriculum for you, a unique set of courses. And the tests that we've done so far, the quality of those recommendations are superior to academic advisors. That's not to say that we don't have amazing academic advisors, but they have a limited, finite amount of time, and AI has an infinite computing capacity. So that should be, by the end of the year, something that all of you can take advantage of in the future, or for, if you want to design a course for yourself and teach a course yourself, this tool is going to allow you to build it and to create an outline for it. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
And congratulations. Yeah, I'm from Nigeria, and my name is, I have to put the doctor, Dr. Chioma Okoroma. Yeah, it's something, like she said, I look forward to. Like in my secondary days, it's like I'm going to be a medical doctor. I gave birth. My daughter, I told her, you must be a medical doctor. In Nigeria, you have to force them. But somehow this one didn't agree. she refused and decided to do her own thing. And I said, this doctor must come into the house. So I decided to pursue my master's. When I did my master's, I did with Roehampton University. Then when I finished my master's in strategic procurement management. So I was looking for somewhere to do it, the same program. There was no other school except AIU. So when I got in there, it was flexible for me. I was told I can do it the way I wanted, and I was given strategic procurement management. That was what I desired, and it was wonderful, and it helped me a lot. You know, from Nigeria, I'm into procurement. I'm a procurement consultant for more than 16 years. So, and if you're into procurement, you know what is going on in procurement. Most of the nation's economy is spent on procurement. And if procurement is not done properly, due to corruption, it's going to eat into the government, organization, and the economy at large. Yeah. So my aim moving forward is like, because when I was in my thesis, I chose to do procurement through the internet. That's e-procurement. So the last procurement we did in my office, I insisted that we must go through the e-procurement. It wasn't easy because, you know, change is one thing that we must do, but people don't like change. So it was difficult for me to convince them to go through the e-procurement process. It wasn't easy at all, but it was a fight. Some people said no, some people said yeah, but that's the only way we can reduce corruption in procurement.
Were you able to measure some type of, like, I don't know, efficiency or
yes,
optimization?
Yes, of course, because
e-procurement?
E-procurement will help somehow reduce the time,
yes.
reduce, you know, documentation and all that, and also save money, because through the process of advertising, paperwork, it will help go a long way, and also reduce corruption. That is the most important aspect of it. But it wasn't easy. But with the help of, you know, having experience and having the ability to like convince some aspect of it, it was carried in some aspect, not all. Like the tender documents were sent online. Yes. The response was online. I know the analysis was done, you know, by printing them out, which was not supposed to be so, but we did that just because we're just starting. Yes. So when we did that, it was a lot more easier than the manual process of procurement. So that has already helped me a lot in the procurement industry. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So that's why. So in AIU, it was awesome. It was a good experience, and I'm happy that I finished today and I can answer a doctor.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Jose Mercado is here. He's calling us for the picture. I just wanted to conclude the meeting by saying a quick quote from Albert Einstein. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. So continue to question, continue to take alternate paths, seek truth, be it in education, work, government, or humanity. And 25 years ago, this mission and vision was written. 25 years ago. I'd like to read it to you. Mission: to be a higher learning institution concerned about generating cultural development alternatives likely to be sustained in order to lead to a more efficient administration of the world village and its environment. Exerting human rights, community rights through diversity with the ultimate goal of satisfying and the evolution of the world. Vision: the empowerment of the individual towards the convergence of the world through a sustainable educational design based on andragogy and omniology. Andragogy is academic freedom. Omniology is being able to learn about diverse disciplines and apply it to our complex world today. So a round of applause to all of you. And the day has just begun. Let's go outside to do the group picture. Oh, the pledge. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Okay, everybody, if you're willing to take the pledge, put your right hand up. This is a pledge to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals. Here we go. I pledge to use my unique talents, experience and abilities, to contribute and find solutions for the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, and uphold human rights always. Fantastic. Thank you for taking the pledge. You're now part of the AIU family.